Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Week English. My dear friends, today I must discuss about how can build strong your weakness English. My dear friends, everybody thinks that you are not able to achieve this thing. You have no skill, you have no knowledge, so how can you achieve this thing? If you think in this way, you just stop it. I must discuss through this video actually what you can do for your weak English. My dear friends, nothing is impossible. Something is possible. If you think in this regard, if you think more about this point, actually anything else must approve for you. You just think in positive sense, not think in negative way. What you think in positive way, actually that will be go forward to universe, and universe must approve this thing for you. If you think in the negative way, so how can you achieve this thing? How can you develop in this regard? I know your English is very weak. You have nothing else to achieve this thing. But I recommend to you, you just think in positive way. All things going to happen for you, and that will be easy for you. If you think in the positive way, if you spread positive thinking to God, actually God approves this thing for you. My dear friends, you should not take any effort for these things. You just do. You just practice some words. And with that words, you just make sentence. You just make sentence, support sentence, and complementary sentence. That's all for you. Don't overthinking about this point. How can you achieve this thing? How can I get success in your speaking language? I know you are weakness in English. If you don't effort to do better in your life, to be better, what is your weakness? So how can you achieve? How can you get success in this regard? So you just think in English. You just do some practice for this thing. Whatever you have knowledge, you just practice about that. Then you can gain more knowledge. If you don't practice at all, actually how can you gain knowledge more for that? So it is better, it's depend on you. Actually what you can do for this thing, it's depend on you. If you always thinking in the negative way, actually how much you can effort for these things, actually that is not possible for you. So you just thinking in positive way, then you can achieve anything else, whatever you want. My dear friends, this is the trick. You should apply this trick according to you. You have to take action for these things. If you want to speak well in English, if you want to become a fluent speaker, first of all, you have to do some action for you. Nobody can take action. Nobody can give suggestion about this point. My dear friends, whatever else, any idea in regard of this, you just apply this thing and try to know actually how can you do best for this thing. That's all for you. Don't think over about this matter. Actually, how can you achieve, how can you get success, and how can you speak well in English. You just try to your level best. You just try to continue that for the long time. Then you can realize that actually what you gain from that matter. My dear friends, everybody has weakness. You have weakness. I have weakness. Anybody has weakness. But they don't try to lose their heart for these things. They have been doing effort for these things. How can they achieve these things? So that's all for them. That's why those are speakers, those are always speaking English. they can achieve this thing only for this trick. And you have to apply this thing for you. If you don't take any action for this thing, so how can you improvement in your language? How can improve your weak English? After you have to do this thing for you. Whatever you have vocabulary, whatever you knowledge, what you know about to vocabulary, you just try to make sentence, simple sentence or complement sentence. That is no matter for you. And after that you can practice that sentence again and again. When you can do this thing for you, actually that word must come towards mind automatic. You have not do so much effort for these things. I know, though you are beginner, you have to face some difficulties in this regard, but don't worry, you just do this thing lightly. Don't take any stress for this matter. If you take some stress for this matter, actually you can't do anything else for you. It is better you just do. You can start this thing lightly. You may be practice with yourself. Whenever you get a leisure time, whenever you go to anywhere else, you just think in your mind. You just repeat it. You just practice it with yourself. And after some days, you must realize that how can you improve in this regard. Absolutely, you must improve in this regard. But you don't try to do this thing for you. First of all, you just try to your level best. Then you can expect that how can it is going to improvement for you. So my dear friends, this is the tips for you. I think you can understand it very well. First of all, you just make sentence. Whatever you have knowledge, whatever you have vocabulary, you just try to remind that again and again. And what you make sentence, you just repeat that. Don't lose heart, you just do some mistake. How can you rectify that? When you are going to practice more, after that will be automatic correction. That will be automatic correct for you. You have not do any effort for these things. So my dear friends, this is the tips for you. I think you can utilize this thing for your English language. And I must say to you, if you came first time in my channel, if you don't subscribe up to now, after you just subscribe me to get such type of information from me. So that's all for me. Because I must give some types of information to you in this way. If you don't subscribe me, so how can you improve? How can you get this thing for me? So I request to anybody else, those are interested to know more about this point, you just subscribe me channel to get such type of information from me, and when I can upload a new video, after you must get that in timely. So thank you, all the best.